Somebody asked me how I got into handball, and I spoke about this in the past. I've always played sports since I was a kid, and I've always been an athletic kid. I used to love climbing trees. I played a little bit of soccer. I did some karate. I did some street football. I dabbled in basketball very lightly, though. And I found handball in about ninth, 10th grade. One of my friends, shout out to Alec, my boy. I owe a lot of things to Alec, man. He put me on to a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff. Alec, if you're watching this, I love you, bro. Hope you're doing good. So he put me on. Him and his two sisters put me on. They took me to the park one day and they were like, yo, this is this game that we play. Like one day after school, they're like, yo, we should go teach, like show me your handball. And I guess they had been playing for a few years. I think maybe their dad might have played, maybe I might be butchering that, but they had been playing before I even knew what it even was. I didn't even know what it was. You know, I was this kid who came from, I used to live in Pennsylvania, and I had moved to Queens, New York. I moved to Connecticut from there. Then I moved to Queens, New York. I was born in New York, but you know, I took this little tour around some of the surrounding states before coming back to Queens. I didn't know anything about New York City or, you know, what to do or, you know, how people are or anything about New York culture at all. And so they took me to the park. I tried to play. It was super challenging. It was super difficult. And then I was like, okay, that's different. That's okay. I didn't really think anything of it, but I was open to it. I was very open to it. And the way they taught it to me, it was very cool. It was very intuitive. Like, I remember Alex showed me the under the leg shot and I was just like mind blown. Like, what? This is like, I'm like, this is next level coordination. I need to learn that. So we did that. And, you know, when I went home, which was a few miles away on the other side of town, I found that there was a handball court not too far from my house. And some of the friends that I had made already, they were playing handball too. And so, you know, I had, you know, and they were two different friend groups, but they both played handball, you know. So Alec put me on to handball. And we also played a lot of video games. Alec, Cheyenne, Damien, a couple other people. And then I had another friend group who I only played handball with. You know, I played with Ace, I played with Divine, I played with Shane, I played with my boy David sometimes, both my boys Davids. So it was cool that I was able to have skills and learn skills from different friend groups, and they were like transferable. They were like transferable skills, I guess you could call them. And so it gave me points in this other, in my other friend group, that I was able to learn this cool sport that everyone else had been playing besides me. And I fell in love with it, man. I fell in love with it. It was something to do when there was nothing to do. And it gave me community. It gave, you know, me and the guys something to do, something fun, productive, athletic, competitive. I've always been competitive, man. I always been competitive. I started playing video games when I was really young, and I just always liked to win, man. Always liked to win. So that drive carried right over into handball, and yeah, that's basically how I got into handball. It was all she wrote. It was all she wrote from then, man. It's been a wrap since then. Just consistent. I've been playing for years. Summer, spring, winter, and fall. Every year. At least a couple times a month, I'm playing handball. Even if it's like, I'm talking snowstorm. I'm finding my way to a handball court, train in the background. I'm finding my way to a handball court, even if I gotta just hit the ball in like above the floor because there's snow on the floor. If I just got a volley on the wall, I'm doing that, and I've been doing that for a good minute now, man. And never realized how long I really been playing until I see like old friends and they're like, yo, you still play handball? And to me, I'm just like, yeah, of course. Of course I still play handball. Like, what do you mean still? Like, how long has it been? It's like, yo, I haven't seen you in like 6 years, bro. You still playing handball? I'm like, oh, snap. I really been playing handball for over a decade. That's commitment, man. That's longer than a lot of people's relationships. Over a decade. That's longer than my relationship. So yeah. Hope that answered that question. Handball's done a lot for me, and I'm glad I found it, and it found me. And and then it tied into the content creation. It tied into me wanting to improve my health and changing my habits around. I used to have poorer eating habits in high school. I had poorer health habits that, because of handball, I'm like, man, I really want to elevate my game, and so I have to change I gotta take care of this vessel that I have so that I can perform at a high level. Appreciate y'all tuning into the vid. Hope y'all found some value in that. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.